Hello, dear students. I am your teacher, Professor Nirmal Kumar Swain, Department of Library and Information Science, Maharshi Dayanand University, Rohtak, Haryana. So, in this module, we will discuss about the content of research proposal, especially doctoral research proposal, what we call PhD, synopsis or synopsis. We have started. Immediate preceding module was on the content of PhD synopsis. We were at the statement of problems. Statements of problems, like first we wrote something about introduction, I told you, and second is your statements of problem. The content, what exactly we are supposed to write in this statements of problem, you need to narrate, you need to note down, you need to write down exactly your research problem. Why, rather in this statement of problems, we need to mention or highlight why I am taking up this problem as my research area or research project first. In case of, like the students used to ask me in many workshops I conduct in other universities as well in my university also. So they ask me like what should be the content in introduction part and second in statement of problem. So the difference when you start writing, probably you can find the differences. So in general, in introduction, it is generalized entering into the research problem. Rather, I would say entering into the research problem. And in case of statement problems, so you have arrived at the exact problem. So citing the previous example, suppose before watching this module, better it would be, for you to watch my immediate preceding module, so that the examples I cited, suppose the title was PhD, title was something on choice-based credit system, if you are doing. So you need to highlight how this choice-based credit system or choice-based system empowered the students, and it gives enough opportunities or chances to explore the potentialities of the students, which was not true in case of our previous or traditional curricula. The basic difference between these two is, in traditional curricula or curriculum, the students don't get much chances or much opportunities to have explore their mind faculty, because whatever we decide on the basis of our availability of teachers, the areas of specialization of the teachers, we set the courses, the papers for that semester or the academic year. But here, in case of the we allow the students to have their choices. So in and among 4 to 5 or 3 papers, so especially in our syllabus in MD University Rohtak, especially in my department, so we allow 3 courses, 3 papers in one block. Like out of these 3, you can, I am telling you, so you need to mention all these, the benefits, the problems, the research gap in these statements of problem. The narratives, the writing style, in this statement of problems, probably I would take up this issue in my next video, next module. The narratives would be normal narratives like you are writing, need not to change your writing style. Change means a narrative pattern, like you will because the immediate succeeding would be your literature review, then we have objectives of research. Okay. So, how do you write? Normally the way you are writing, so you write like that, no way to change your pattern of writing, like. So, coming to the literature review. Next, I would rather suggest, because there is there is no commonness in and among, if you see synopsis of other universities, other students in the same university with other departments, teaching departments, you find the differences. Immediate after a statement of problems, they come to the research objectives or simply objectives. Objectives means research objectives, but here I would suggest the students, as well as in our department, we employ this style to our doctoral candidates, that review of related literature, or literature review is rather by and large popular, literature review. So, we term it review of related literature. There is no difference, but while writing a review of related literature, it is related. Two literature probably may not be related much, to 100%. Like we have human relations, human relations, and that way. Similarly, like we have father, mother, daughter, and son, then we have cousin, brother, niece, like relations are steps. So, far relation and close relation. Similarly, we have similarly in literature also, literature and the concepts or the topics, the subjects are related. Some are directly related, similar of nature, and some are related but in a distant nature. So, suppose an example, what is that literature of distance and close relation? Say Constitution of India, or constitutional amendment. Obviously, constitutional amendment is part related to Constitution of India. If you don't have a constitution concept of constitution, then you may not have amendment. So, amendment in India, amendment of American Constitution, amendment of British Constitution, all are related. Okay, in a peer related, rather say. So, this is a history of Indian Constitution, amendment of Indian Constitution, borrowing, because people say that we have borrowed many concepts to be included in our Indian Constitution. So, all are the concepts related to. So, similarly, probably you are the best guide or best judge for your what are the concepts related each other. So, review of related literature. Okay, review of related literature. Why I mention this immediate succeeding after the statements of problem. There is a reason. Reason being, after reviewing, like what is review? Review means what has already been done. In your areas or the topic you are taking up for your doctoral work. So that gives you some kind of dimensions of your sometimes suppose I have something in your mind, maybe you will be thinking that I will be doing this this type of work. Probably 2 years back some research are been conducted in other universities like University of Hyderabad, Chennai, University of Delhi, or in many other universities. So, after reading, then you reviewing. So, many things you come to know, like the areas have been covered, or the areas suppose sometimes areas were covered, which is maybe in article form, maybe research paper forms, and probably nobody has picked up the topic for a doctoral or a PhD work. So that gives you space to conduct. Okay, yes, if nobody has done, then I will be doing it. So then basic books also, like there are certain classic books. Suppose you are doing research on marketing management, then probably you cannot leave aside the Peter Drucker's marketing books on marketing. He is guru, one of the leading guru of marketing management. So in literature, you need to cover all kinds of literature. So largely it should be your journal articles or research papers published in journals, in very reputed journals. Okay, so that way it should be. Then writing style, in my next module you would see writing styles. There are many writing styles, or one is that suppose you go theme wise. If you go theme wise, okay, if you theme wise, or theme, what is theme wise? If you go by theme wise, like suppose you pick up a topic like a constitutional amendment. So this is a theme. So what are the people have said already in their articles, in the research papers, write up. So bring all those in one maybe in paragraph, or together you mention this. This is theme wise, irrespective of the year of publications. Okay. But this is also a good healthy practice in higher research level. Suppose you are writing research papers for a reputed journal, but here I do differ a little bit. So we ask the students, you write in a particular sequence, review the literature in a particular sequence, say descending order. Okay, descending order means, suppose you are descending means from highest to lowest, like the military parade, they arranged by their heights. So suppose you are submitting a research PhD synopsis, then 2020, the first article or the first literature should be 2020, then 2019, then 2018, or then go on like that. So literature, we are talking about review of related literature. There are many things, although people think we will cover up, we will try our best to cover up whatever issues related to review of related literature here. So this is probably would be helpful. Then the question comes, students typically ask, sir, how many literature should be reviewed, or what should be the writing style? So it's very what to say, the research supervisor fails to answer these questions directly. The reason being, because you all are so fresh, raw mind, rather, just after your masters, you just entered into the PhD program. But suppose we even say also out of our experience, you may not understand. So there is, as such, there is no specific answer to your question, how many literature should be reviewed. Probably in my next module I will cover up review of related literature in more detail, okay, in my module 6. Okay, bye bye.